Okay, so let's start assembling stuff. I'm going to try and do this kind of in order purchased as best I can remember. And Trajan was one of the first ones that I bought. So as I packed stuff up, I put rubber bands around them to let me know that I was full. And if it didn't have a rubber band around it, it was pretty much left that there was space in there for other things. So the Trajan instructions, we'll have to go through these bits by bits till we get to the bottoms. They're still pretty much all Trajan right now. These are the personal maps. Aha! And now we see treasure. So here's the bag for Trajan. But here we have the promotional items from Carcassonne. These are the Carcassonne Dominion cards and the Carcassonne school chits. And then there is a little transparent meeple in each bag, I guess promoting the fact you can buy transparent meeples. And a little cloth bag that I'm not sure what I'll ever use for. But this is, there are two here because I got one for a friend. Hi, Greg! That's just too cute. So put that there, and here's the other one of those that I bought. This is an expansion for Grand Cru, which I don't have, but I got the expansion anyway. This, I believe, is Trajan. This is going to be interesting already. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where that belongs. And this is an expansion for another game. I think this is Rebellion. It's the werewolf-like game that came out from the same guys that did brilliant. Hang on, I'm going to go find that and I'll cut this all out. No. Resistance. That's right. And another Dominion. This is the German Dominion expansion that was released. And here is the set of Agricola cards, another expansion. I've got Bon Camarullo, which apparently is an Italian comedy series. I should hold these oriented towards you, dear viewer. That was all like $6 or €6. That's just a promotional piece of cardboard. This is the Small World Tunnels, another expansion. I got two of those again for a friend. The Shakespeare Carduta, which is still shrink wrapped. This thing is solidly packed, and I didn't bother to try and put anything inside of it. Set that over on a pile. We've got the instructions for Shakespeare, and now we have the punched bits for Trajan. These all just go right into that box. This is the gold expansion. Again, I have a couple of these. I bought gold for myself while I was there. This is the Airlines free expansion, free scenario. The Valdora, this one's in German. It's the same as the one I showed you earlier. And I just got another copy again for a friend. Some other informational stuff. I'm not sure if this is an expansion or what. If anybody can tell me, that'd be great. It looks like it ought to be something, but it's not a game that I own. Oh, and then a flyer from this partner link. Yeah, you can kind of guess what kind of games they do. We'll keep this PG-13. That over there. And that was Trajan. I think we probably got about, how many games out of that? A lot of expansions. But a fair number of bits that went into that. So not bad for one box. But of course you throw away most of the liners. most of them are just folded cardboard anyway. Now, this next one is Poseidon's Kingdom, which was fairly rare. Mostly the pre-sale sold out pretty fast. This is Lamont Brothers. This is Fragger Games, and they do a lot with sculpted pieces all the way back to the Lambs game, Sheer Panic. But a nice large box. Unfortunately, there's a lot of stuff in here, but hey, we got some games in here. This is an expansion for Asaria that I think I neglected to get a second one of that for Greg. And then here we have the some chits and bits that are not. I don't believe these are for. These are for either of these. So we'll get back to that in a second. Oh yes, I know what these are. These are for King Solomon's, whatever it is, Schwarzenegger's Nefarious, which I think itself is packed. Aha! There's the instructions for Nefarious. There's some cards for Nefarious, but and then there's some gold chits that are definitely not for Nefarious. There's some cards, Nefarious cards. These are the dice that go with Poseidon's Kingdom. And plastic bags that might as well just be taken out because I think they're in a 3-gold bag. These are the Hunchback Meeples for Nefarious. A bunch of I'm Nefarious buttons in different colors. And then this is the set of, as usual, unopened. I don't hear any broken bits in it. But these are the sculpted bits for Poseidon's Kingdom. And another plastic bag that we don't need to keep in there. And then we've got the player mats for Nefarious. So Nefarious, of course, had a liner, but has no liner no more. So pull that out. But we still have inside of here, this was a Nefarious limited edition print. Yeah. And then here we have the rules for Poseidon's Kingdom. And then I did not punch Poseidon's Kingdom because there really wasn't much space saving there. Their boards were pretty well set. So this is all just their stuff. So the instructions, the splash dice, and the Poseidon. So you can see how this can get confusing pretty quick. I still have one, so there's one set of those components, I won't tell you which, so I'm not sure I have properly identified them. The next, let's see, what was next? These were all later. Ah, that's right. This actually probably was the first one I did. It was the Warakosha game. And let's take that apart. Hey! I was just handed a bunch of issues of Counter that I didn't have already, so that's great. Not sure what that is. Another Small Worlds expansion, and this is one of 2 Zuretto expansions that I picked up. Put that in the expansions pile. A promo thing for Dungeon Pets. I just loved the Cthulhu one. Hey, another expansion for gold. I only have 1 copy. And now we have, and again, this has got to be some game, but I don't know where it came from. And it's not like anything else I bought, so I'll have to see. This is the expansion for Mr. Jack Pocket. And then this is the Alhambra expansion. These mostly, unless I note otherwise, these were like €1 or €2 are free. And the Fresco. And then this is Schlocky, which I bought for my wife. But hey, it's got stuff in it that was part of the promotion for Warakosha. And I've got 2 copies of the Pocket Heimlich, also known as Picamino, the chicken eating worm game. So set those over here. And here are the regular, non-real strontium ones from there, and the dice that go back in there. The rest of this is purely this game. Yes, this was one has anything to do with chocolate that I bought for my wife. Yes, of course, I bought that for Ruby. Mayfair Games, oddly enough, they weren't in Hall 10, so they were promoting that they were in Hall 9 by handing out these really heavy bottle openers. And then, let's see, I think the rest of this really looks like it's all Workosha. Ah, nope, I'm wrong there. So let's get, these are definitely, this is the hex map. It's different every time you set it up. That's kind of, I don't think anybody's ever done that before. The dice, the things we pulled out, these are some of the chits. I think those are chits from this. And then we got some stickers to go on the bits of wood there that I did not bother. And here is the Catan expansion for Seven Wonders. And then there's a card for Catan that goes into the deck as well. And hey, boy, Greg, you are lucky. And here are the Rakosha and the instructions. So the rest of the stuff just goes back into here. And I'll be going back through the rules and identifying things to make sure I've just got exactly what is supposed to be in each of these boxes later. That would be embarrassing to pull it out and have the wrong components and not all. So let's see what would go next. Probably this, the King's Vineyard. We can move this over here. King's Vineyard was again from Mayday Games, who did Eaten by Zombies and I keep wanting to say Bite Me, but it's not Bite Me. We'll get to that sooner or later. But apparently they had, through a shipping error, they ended up with hundreds more of these than they wanted. And even though it's not a game that really looked all that interesting to me, they were said for if you bought the other two games for €5, they threw this in. So, okay. Oh, there's none of that here. Instead, we have Pergamenon and Pax. But this is one of those, it's going to be one of those cute ones. So if I open up Pax, for example, I have the cards that go into King's Vineyard, along with the cards that came with Pax, and the instructions that came with Pax. And this is actually one of those two inserts that I kept. So we can put those in there. And not bad. And that's one fully assembled game. And Pergamenon is going to be kind of the same thing. Oh, hey, look at that. These are the wooden bits for King's Vineyard. And then this is more cards for King's Vineyard. And then again, because it just happened to be the same company, they happen to have the same nestable insert. We got these two decks of cards that nestle them in there. And they're so much happier being in a nice box like that. And then I think this is, I'm going to set this aside because I think this is missing something. I'm not sure. Maybe it's in another one of the boxes. No, I guess it's a tile laying game. Maybe that's all of it. Extra has just extra bits in it because this was really packed in there pretty tightly, so I didn't put anything else in here. Who's the author? It says on this. Oh yeah, it's a Sid Saxon game. So it's going to be a good dice rolling game with a built-in tower. This actually was available last year, but I didn't get a copy. So I got a copy this year. Derringer. We're kind of out of chronological order now. Derringer, I think, is another one. I didn't put anything else in here. This was a late purchase. I bought this, and the box is really kind of cool. You can't tell, but this wooden exterior actually has texture to it, so it really looks kind of like a wooden box. It feels kind of like a wooden box, except for it feels cardboardy too. So, and this is kind of an interesting poker game where the cards aren't standard cards, of course, and you can have 5 aces and shoot people. Looked like fun. It wasn't that expensive, and I like the people who are selling it. That counts a lot. If you're selling a game, be likable.